Well, it sounds like Lily has.
Hi.
Is she?
She has a squeak for me.
Okay. I just have to lean over and do something on the other screen. This is the problem when I have 4 screens on my computer. Okay. No. I think that's not. Can you still hear me there?
Yes, but you're not showing up live, D'Arcy.
What do you mean?
Like, I can't find you on Facebook.
Well, we should be live. It was booked for tonight.
It's not even posted.
Really? Because it was posted. Oh, well, we can have a little talk. Yeah, people are there. Hi, Carly.
Not on Facebook. You're not there.
It should be.
I know. I'm looking at you.
Just a minute. Let me check. Okay. Well, it could be a really short show, but just bear with me 1 second. Oh, Ashley says we're there.
You're not on my Facebook feed at all, and I've got it up.
Oh, wow. Well, people will look. I honestly posted it. Hello, Carly. Hello, Lily. How are you two? So I'm blaming the weather for everything.
There it comes.
So you know, it's the weather's fault. How are you guys all doing? Hello, Kelly. We're dry. I am. Penelope, are you dry?
We're snow-ridden, but we're good. Kelly, my girlfriend and I were on a geocaching trip, but I didn't have your phone number. We were stuck in Saskatoon. Well, we stayed in Saskatoon. We've been in Regina, and we were stuck an extra night in Winnipeg. Oh my God, those roads were horrible. Are you guys okay? We drove into the storm that was hitting you guys.
Okay, since we only have a few people, let's go pull cards for everyone until the crowd begins to show up. Carly, you have the action card. And this is all about freedom, of letting go of the past that binds you. It's moving forward. It's about free expression. It's literally about what do you want inside your life? Whoops. And how are you going to go about it? Tonight's the full moon, is it not?
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow night's the full moon. So it's a great time to go outside and make a wish or a declaration, but you have to do it outside, Carly.
So, Carly, I'm just going to do intuitive readings today, but this one just made me smile. Come on, baby, light my fire. I know that it sometimes seems like things are overwhelming. Our grandmother had this really cool lesson. Better to light a single candle than to curse the darkness. So I know you think things are really, really dark, but if you light that candle, it'll start a spark that will add more light. Oh, I'm using the Black Cat Tarot. I'm not sure you could see that.
Yeah, you can.
There you go. So I know it seems like you're doing an uphill battle right now, but it's saying that things are going to get better. Just shine your own light.
Yep. Hello, Lily. Lily, you have the masculine. But what I like about this is it is shining light, but it's also giving you energy. It's energizing you. It's moving you forward into your future. The full moon, as you all know, Penelope and I both believe that the moon has a lot to do with how we feel and everything. And the full moon tells me that there's a lot of energy, a lot of prayers going on around you. And the prayers may be more a declaration of what you're looking for inside your life. And this is Moonlight. And it feels like you should embrace the true you right now. No, see, this is Moonlight. So it was her tail you saw in my face. So I'm just saying, Lily, enjoy the season because it seems like it's moving you into a new era or a new time frame for yourself.
Okay, so looking at the card, it's pretty obvious it's the Five of Swords or Wands or whatever people want to call them nowadays. But if you look, it's like you have to battle with yourself. We all battle with ourselves from time to time, and we don't always feel like we're going to win when we battle with ourselves. So what you got to do is remember that you can win any battle you want, and especially if you believe in it. So hold up your wand, your sword, be brave, and know that you are going to win if what you are aiming for or what you are looking for is done without harming anyone. Yes, you'll succeed. And D'Arcy is right. It is the full moon tomorrow. And I do a manifestation, which for me is no, I don't stand under the moon naked, although occasionally I do wear a black dress. And I sort of place my intentions. What D'Arcy does, but that's what I do.
Yeah. So Kelly, Moonlight here picked a card for you. Purity. Look at that. You know, this to me is going forward and trusting your instincts, listening to spirit around you. And also you got the first snow as you put there. And this is about you concentrating more on what you feel than what you're seeing and hearing. So I would say practice a little bit, do a little meditation, write down what you feel or hear, and see where it takes you.
Okay, darling, for you, new beginnings, time to frolic, time to bond with your partner, watch your children play. I just read that, there were snow days all over the place. Take a snow day with your family and just go have some fun.
Yep. Tracy and Jessica, hello. So Tracy, again, I'm letting the cat pick the cards tonight. And this is the release, Tracy. Whatever is holding you captive, whatever fear you have of moving forward, it's time to release it. It's time to move into the light. And I don't mean that light. I just mean into the light of living, of not feeling like you're hampered and you got the weight of the world on your chest. It's time to let go and move forward. Whatever offer is being made to you, it could be an offer that you need to look at for now. It doesn't mean you're going to stay with it forever. So release and move forward.
It's funny because the Five of Chalice means just that. And intuitively, when I look at this card, I see someone that's wound up in their sorrow and the broken cups of the past. But what it's really about is just letting go and passing through that and moving forward because there's something better towards the future.
Right there. That one? Okay. I'll tell you what, having the cat pick the cards is rather fun. Jessica, hunger. This is striving for the perfection you're looking for, and your dog probably has to go out and howl at the moon. And the other portion of this is looking at an endeavor where you go higher. So if you're either looking at your own business or advancing at work, now's the time to put into motion the energy that's needed to make this happen, Jessica. Don't worry. And Jessica, what's your current situation? Because I would tell you to move forward, move away from it. Move. Okay.
You know what? That's funny. The secret to moving forward. Listen to what people have to say to you, value it, but know that nothing holds you back except yourself.
And really, the secret to moving forward is stand still and decide what direction you want to go in.
Oh, I always like doing it on the fly, though. It's so much fun.
Carly says thank you. So does Lily and Kelly. And then we have Catherine. Hello, Catherine. And after Catherine, we have Erin, Sandy. Tracy says thank you. We have Linda, Kim, who's saying hello. So next is Catherine, right? That's what I said. Yes. Catherine, honey, you have sovereignty. I don't know if I said that right, but this is, you hold on to your dreams. Don't allow people to take them away from you. Be strong, be firm. You are the master of your own fate. But what I want to say here is you're the priestess of your own fate. The energy that comes from within you and that surrounds you allows you to glide through the day. And as you glide through the day, other energies will move you or shift you to where you need to be. So listen strongly to what's inside of you and around you.
And for you, a card that makes me look at it and say, I know that you are strong, and in your strength, you can overcome anything, sweetheart. What I would suggest is, you see how the cat is sort of pampering, excuse me, pampering the lion and taking care of the lion's mane and stuff. That talks about, as strong as you are, taking a few minutes a day, or maybe a half hour a week,
Sure.
and just take care of yourself so that strength stays. If we don't feed that need to be cared for, no amount of strength lasts forever.
Before we do Erin, just going to address Sandy. She's on her way to work.
Yes.
Everything's fine. I hope everything's fine with you and that you're above the water level.
Oh, God, yes, above the water issue.
And we'll pull you a card right after Erin. Okay, Erin. Moonlight said to pull this one, blossoming. Okay, and this is music. This is fine tuning. This is, okay, so apparently Spirit's going to have their little tidbit tonight, because it's all about Spirit and the energy around all of us over the next few days and what we need to do to move forward. But this one is talking about how, Erin, you should embrace the music, that the music, if you needed to stand still and make a decision, you should be playing music so that it helps you make the decision. And I also feel like there's a new job or opportunity that's coming around you, and you should be looking at it.
So this card talks about success, having won a battle. And when you win a battle, I don't know if you've decided to change careers, or you're thinking about it and you're worried. Whatever it is that you endeavor to do in the next 6 months to a year that causes a change will work. And you shouldn't be so hesitant to be afraid to take that next step.
All right. Well, Sandy, hope you do have a good night at work tonight, and you have abundance. And this is the care and giving that you give to other people, and it should be coming back to you. We're leaving the autumn of the year and moving into winter, December 21st. And this is saying to gather your nets and put everything in a row so that you have abundance throughout the winter and you don't have to worry about anything.
New beginnings. Time to move forward. And I firmly believe that as we move towards the winter solstice, the first day of winter, this is where we start, just like D'Arcy said, you start putting things away and you start planning for the future. Planning that, people laugh at me, but it is in the winter that I start planning my spring wardrobe. It's in the winter that I am reminded that it is time to start waking up from that deep slumber that we put ourselves into. So move forward, new beginnings.
So Linda, we have for you pleasure. And this makes me think of the nucleus inside of ourselves, that core energy that gets us up in the morning and says, hey, get out of bed, you've got a whole day ahead of you. But sometimes that energy can get a little slow, a little sluggish, and we have to rejuvenate it. So either sitting in the sun with sunscreen for the vitamin D, taking vitamin D and B12 and some vitamin C as well, or just plain old having a nap through the day because you need to regenerate. Now, there is a change or shift inside a relationship around you, but take it in stride. Don't try to make sense right now. Just take it in stride.
Who is this for again?
Linda.
Linda, watch your temper. I know that sometimes we all have that desire just to be upset with someone. One of my favorite expressions at work, and it is something everyone knows me, I'm infamous for, is I look up at my coworker and my ED, and I look at her and go, is it still illegal to annihilate people off the face of the earth? So yes, you can sharpen your tools, but make sure those tools are your skills, your wit, and maybe a little bit of your sarcastic tongue. But remember, even a sword has a double edge to it.
Mm-hmm. So next is Cheyenne, then Faye, then Elia. And then I think after that, Megan. So Cheyenne. Dan, I pulled your card here. Well, I should say, are you sure? Okay. Moonlight says yes. So this is about letting go of fear, not holding on to your fear. Whatever is making you hesitate to take the next step to your higher education, to your career choice, this is time, Cheyenne, to let it go and to use that creative energy around you. You have an affinity to birds, and there's a dragon from a past life that surrounds you for protection. And there's that, you have a sparkle around you, and it's really important not to lose your sparkle. So don't let other people make choices for you.
This card says to me, it's time to take pause. Time to sit down by the river, share a glass of wine, sparkling ginger ale, sparkling apple juice, whatever it is, and take pause and take time to rest and reflect. Reflect on where you're going, reflect on where you've been, and know that your journey isn't finished yet.
All right. So Faye, the first time I ever looked at this card, Fruitation, I actually didn't see the lady. I saw a vase with beautiful flowers, some birds in it. And then I looked a little closer and I saw the lady. And this is all kinds of ideas and pleasure. And the water talks about intuitive ability. And it's really a time for you. So some meditation, some walks in the forest, dressed properly. And just take the time and look at the beauty around you, because to me, this beauty surrounds you, but it also comes from you, Faye.
So hi, Cousin Faye. Just so you know, I'm at 667 caches, and my trip to Winnipeg and back was with a fellow cashier, and that's all we did. We cashed there and we cashed our way home. I know that's insane, but it was fun. For you, this card tells me it's time to rise up and be recognized, darling. You know that take to arms, let your voice flow. Like, I don't know, tell your story to the world. You have such a unique story and such a unique perspective on life. Be bold. Stand up and speak.
All right. So, Elia, Alaiaha. How do you say it? Elia. Okay. Are you paying attention?
Yes. I'm trying to look at it, but I can't figure it out.
Okay, honey.
Are you paying attention?
Yes. Here's your card. It's the path. Which is easier to take? The path that has a few obstacles in front of it, which may make you stumble and fall along the way, or do you take the easy path that goes straight to where you want to be? Sometimes I think it's more fun to take the path that makes you go left, then right, then straight, then left or right again, because sometimes there are things when it's like getting directions. If you don't stop to get directions, you're going to get lost. But doing it the path this way, this is a path looking for where you want to be in your life. So it could be that you're looking at making a change financially, you're making a change in a house, you're making a change career-wise, relationship-wise. And Sometimes you have to stumble along the way to make these changes because you're not too sure how you want to make them. And I'm just saying, basically, take the path for you, the one less resistant or the one that has a little fun along the way.
So, I'm always amazed by how the death card is represented in different decks. This has to be one of my favorites, where it really defines to me what the death card means when it comes up. It means emerging from one part of you to another part of you, something different, something new. And it doesn't necessarily mean something better, because there's nothing wrong with the way you are now. And it doesn't mean something bad because, something you don't like who you were, or you thought you could have been something. And this is very poignant because first there's the full moon. And then, as we've mentioned, we're moving into the end of fall, which talks about the time to finally shed off that fall dress, those worn faces, that, all of that stuff, and slowly start waking up, because that's what the winter months are about. It's about waking up, not going into a deep sleep.
Okay. So Sandy says they're above the water and it's starting to subside.
Oh, good.
Erin says, wonderful, thank you. Linda said thank you. And Cheyenne says thank you. So next is Megan. And after Megan is Josh, who I don't think we've ever seen on the show before. No. And then Elaine. So Megan, you have growth. And I think the card says it all. This is about you growing and expanding, and I don't mean your waistline. It's reaching for the pinnacle of where you want to be, and it is about change. And this change is all about how you set the roots of your foundation. Are they strong before you start climbing? And if they are, great. If not, then reinforce them now. Oh, there was a man here. Anyways, there was a man here, but I totally didn't catch what he said. But patience, that's it. He says, have some patience. Easy said, harder to do. Okay.
I almost want to say happy birthday. Everything that is coming towards you in the next little while is like icing on the top of the cake. Increased smiles, increased laughter, a reason to celebrate. So embrace it. But doesn't that look like the perfect birthday cake?
Yes, it does.
It makes you happy, so be happy.
Just need someone to jump out of it.
Well, Tall, Dark, and Handsome works, but I'm slowly starting to realize that might not happen.
Yeah. Well, I'm there. So Josh, welcome to the show. You have self-reflection. And this is the duality inside of all of us. We all have male-female energy until we hit the 3-month mark. And then normally we make a decision and other times we don't. So what they're saying is look to your duality. Be proud of who you are and proud of what you believe. Don't falter in your step, because I feel that the more you're sure of where you're going and who you are and why your decision is such, then the more positive things come towards you.
So, darling, this card makes me think of the song, Hit the Road, Jack. It's not about leaving and never coming back. It's about, it is time for you to pack up, that expression, packing up your cares and woes, and down the road you go, heading towards happiness, towards joy. There's someone that wants to say to you, and I have no idea what this message means, but they're saying that they had the time of their lives. Thank you.
Thanks. So next is Gloria. Gloria, boundaries. And we all say we set them, but we don't always do it. And so you've got about a week or two before you have to set boundaries, but be aware of the boundaries and then stick to them. Don't set them and say, okay, I'll say yes, even though I really want to say no, and I told you I was going to say no. it's like pay attention to your boundaries. It seems to be important because even by paying attention to them now, there's something about them carrying into your future that you've got your boundaries set, you know exactly what you want, and you're going to move forward from it. And the other portion of it is that there's change, and because of the change, the boundaries are necessary.
So, the star card. It doesn't the stars talk about, you know how you see that first star of the night, the very first star, and there's that rhyme. What is that? Starlight, star bright. Something about making a wish.
First star I see tonight.
Yes. Wish I may, wish I might. The thing about wishing on a star is like the farmer wishes for, it's the only analogy coming to mind. The farmer wishes for a really good crop that grows well and is successful. But if he doesn't plant the seed for that wish, like that black cat is, as you know, tenderly, there's the cat's wish, and it's planted this wish. But if you don't work towards that wish, if you don't take care of it and add something, like a little bit of water, maybe some protection from the frost, you can't just expect a wish to come. I was recently saying to somebody, whether we know it or not, there is a price for everything. And it's not necessarily ominous. It just means if you make a wish, the price of that wish is to work towards that wish and help the universe and help the gods guide you to your wish.
Okay, so Aaliyah, and she laughs at me. Cheyenne says, thank you. Faye says, thank you. Next is Lisa Marie and Ilya. Aaliyah says, thank you. And Penelope Faye says that it is her favorite way to travel. And then we have Jacqueline. And so we're going to start with Lisa Marie, and we'll work our way down. Okay, so Lisa Marie, this card says faith, and it makes me feel that maybe there's something medically speaking either for you or around you, and you have to have faith that the proper results will occur. But it's also nurturing yourself. It's getting into the foundation, like planting your feet on the earth and bringing the earth energy up through you to ground you. So it seems to be important that you do some grounding, some meditation, just going outside, hugging a tree. It's to bring the earth energy towards you. Plus, there may be an opportunity where you get to grow something, be it an idea, an actual plant, something to that effect. And make sure you don't overwater it. And strangely enough, they're saying use a little moss. The green color. So I'm sort of thinking you might need spirulina. Spirulina, is that right? The green stuff you put in a drink?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
The card for you talks about your creative and artistic nature. Talks about also balancing, to me, the light and the dark. When you see the gold rose on the throne and how this artist has this craftsman, blacksmith has just crafted this beautiful black rose, and it talks about combining your duality, like we all have a form of duality, the good and the dark of us, the happy and the sad of us, and finding a way to acknowledge both and tap into your creative energies, whether that's painting or sculpting or throwing clay, find something artistic to express yourself with.
Yep. So Ilya, hi, how's the weather? You have the card that's called Will, and this is your willpower. We're all born with self-choice, self-will, self-development, and it's about what do you want to grow for yourself. Whether there's a new career coming up for you again, well, that's funny. And they're also saying that you're maneuvering or moving into a new place. So does it fit what inside of you, what you imagined it to be? Now, the other one, I have a lady, I think it's like a mom image or grandmother, who's just telling you, oh, and your dad, just telling you to take it easy. You don't have to rush anywhere right now. Take your time. Look after yourself.
This talks about spending time. To me, when I look at this card, the first thing I think about is spending time with someone that you care about, bonding time, whether that is your daughter, your son, a good friend you haven't seen. Make that human connection that reminds us that all is good and decent in the life. Even if it's just a video chat because of, the floods, the snowstorms, COVID, whatever the reason is that you can't get out the door. Connect again and embrace that time of a shared cup of tea and just talk.
Okay. So next is Jacqueline. Hello, Jacqueline. I pulled the card Resilience. Now, it looks like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders, that, things aren't going exactly the way you had hoped in life. But what I feel with this is that you're able to pack the burden, that you have the strength to do it. But it doesn't mean that you can't ask for help, Jacqueline. I think it's important. A lesson I still yet have to learn is it's okay to ask for help. There's no shame in it, and they're saying that you need a little help, so please ask family and friends for a little help.
And this one is there. When I look at this cat, here's this cat surrounded by shark fins, and it's just kind of chilling there, going, I've got this, because chances are some of the people sometimes underneath that fin, it isn't actually a shark. It's like D'Arcy, it's a friend that wants to come and help you. But you've got this. Whatever that struggle is you are having, you're going to win. It's not a case of losing the battle before it starts. For some reason, want to say to you, get yourself one of those, what's those lights, D'Arcy, for people who don't love the dark and dreary, cloudy days as much as I do.
Sunlight. It looks like an iPad.
Yes.
You can get it at Costco. You can get it at Amazon. And I'm not promoting them. I'm just saying where you can get it.
Yes.
Okay. So we have someone called JD, and they said, hi, guys. I was wondering if you guys are taking any questions. Yes, we are. If you want to put it at the bottom, and if I don't see one, we'll come back and pull you a card. So we'll give JD a few minutes. We have next Marie, Kimberly, and before I forget, I saw it here. Megan said we were on the spot, and did I miss anyone? Nope. Jacqueline, Megan, JD, Marie, Kimberly. Josh said, wow, that my ex, they are no longer with us. I need that to move on from them. Okay. Erica, and nope, there's another Kimberly, Alana, Margaret, and Ilya said, awesome, thank you. Things have been changing for the good. Yes, thanks to both of you. I have been chatting with lots of people close to me. Excellent. Okay, so next is Marie. And JD, we'll come back to you once you write a question, or we'll just pull a card for you. Marie, assessing the situation. Okay, is it closer than it looks, or is it farther away? So this is a dream, a desire, a decision. And you're assessing it and trying to decide if you need more time. Okay, so I'll use buying a house. Do we buy the house now, or do we wait a year and see if the market collapses? Or do we wait for 6 months? And since I happen to know there's not a lot of places on the market right now here in BC, you may be waiting a little bit, and that's okay. But it could also be talking about children, whether or not you're trying to decide to have a child or not have a child, but it could be around that as well, or someone's talking to you about that. Oh, actually, I got a gentleman here, and the H sound like in Henry. And he's telling you a rose represents love. So if you get some roses, you're getting love from someone who has passed over, even though it's a live person giving you the roses.
Okay. The card I chose, you know, when I looked at the white cat, the first thing I thought was the moon, but here's a person just standing under the moon, making their wishes. That's sort of like what a manifestation is, right? You're under the full moon. People say the moon, during the full moons, there's 3 days of the full moon, and it can be cause a little bit of confliction, confusion, because you're being pulled, right? I mean, the moon has a powerful effect on men and on women. I always say that if it can physically move a body of water, imagine what it does to your body and your emotions. But it's also a time that you can shake off things. You know, there's this, I'll make this quick, but the long and the short is in December of last year, one of these articles said, make a list of 88 things you want in a potential partner. But that doesn't have to be just a partner. That could be 88 things that you do or don't want. And that was the list. 88 things that you do or don't want. And then you divide it into the wants and the don't wants, and you take out anything you cannot possibly handle. And then that's your intention for the year, whether it's a new job or anything. And then you burn it in a fire.
Don't set the house on fire.
What?
Don't set the house
or
on
you
fire.
Set it to a firecrackers outside or something like that, right? So that is what the full moon is saying to you this month. Time to reset your intentions. Figure out what is and isn't important. I personally don't recommend, unless you have a fireplace like I do, about burning anything in the house.
No, okay, so next is Kimberly. Hello, Kimberly. I have for you wisdom. Now, wisdom's a strange thing because they say a little wisdom goes a long way. And some people believe too much wisdom can hurt us because then we become sort of like the know-it-all. But in this particular case, this is you looking for wisdom. You're looking for ideas. You're looking for education. You're looking at expanding your very environment. And as you do it, Kimberly, it's pack away the little bit of wisdom, the little information that you have received that you thought was useless, because it's going to come in handy later.
So you know what? This card says, look to the stars, look to the future. You know, you've got some things of comfort, but it's time to get out of your comfort zone. And there's this, black cat sort of leaning against a tree going, I think I'll just look forward, moving forward. Look forward. The problem with looking too much backward is, as difficult as the past can be, we cannot go back and change it. And let's not get me started on the whole time travel and possibly doing just that paradox that could happen. But seriously, look to the future.
Kimberly was saying, I just saw it down here, she's looking for a message from her dad. If you don't mind waiting to the end, I'll see if he catches up. So next is Erica. And Erica, you have balance. And this is mind balance, soul balance, physical balance. You have balance. And it seems to be really important that you look after yourself and you make sure you take time out for yourself. You know, they say work, play should be equal amounts of times. And I can sit here and say that knowing very well that I work more than I ever do play. So take time for yourself. Listen to your environment and listen to what needs to be done today and what can wait till tomorrow.
Now, I promise you, I did not go through my deck. I just pulled the next card. And if you look really cool, this card is about balance. I mean, think about this. The cat up top knows exactly when to move in sync with the cat below. And this says everything is moving forward, not just staying still, because it kind of looks like they're staying still, but they're actually moving in balance and harmony with the waves, with each other. So move forward. Things are getting better. You're heading out of a negative cycle into a better cycle.
Okay, so we have Alana and Margaret, and then Ashley. But Alana has said that she's been hearing from Spirit on and off for about a year now, wondering if I'll be getting more clear answers soon. First answer was yes. Okay, sorry. The second answer is you've got to have that attraction. You've got to be open. Oh, wow, looking at it from this side. Okay, when I look at it straight on, it just looks like the moon rising. But when I look at this way, yeah, I have the right finger. This here looks like a man looking down. So I would say, yes, you are going to get clearer impressions of spirit. But I think you also need to keep a notebook so that you're paying attention, because sometimes it's not a direct answer to you. It could be a flash of an image. It could be, okay, I'll do this. On Sunday, the reason we didn't have the show last week is because I had an opportunity to visit friends that I haven't seen since before COVID. And I went and saw them, and I was saying, they were talking about bucket lists. And I said, oh, I've already done my bucket list, so I'd have to think of a few things. And so out of the blue, I went, I know, I want an eagle to swoop. I want to go catch a fish, hold it up, and have an eagle swoop down and take it out of my hands. And I went outside, and there were 2 eagles, and one swooped down, and I went, okay, now they don't have to take it out of my hands. So sometimes your question is answered directly and indirectly. Okay, that was long-winded.
Increased opportunities, a time of reflection. I like your story, though. So this is about taking a little bit of time to sit down, sit still, plot the next course of your life. Know that you are the master of your own destiny.
Okay, sorry. I'm having a cat allergy attack right now for some strange reason. But who's next? Margaret. Margaret, you have protection. And this is looking after yourself, maybe on the road, protecting yourself as you drive, protecting yourself when you're home. And what I do for protection is when I get in my vehicle, first I address my vehicle because it's got a name. And then once I'm in it and it's turned on, I see white energy starting at the front, going up the wheels, around myself, in the back, out the back, and all the way through. And I keep white energy around me a lot of times so that it reflects negative energy, and it just allows me to feel more grounded. And it also opens up more of a portal for when something feels wrong, I'll actually listen to it. So, Margaret, I'm saying to use a little protection around yourself.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. This is a card I pulled. And if you look, there is a little white mouse surrounded by a lot of black cats. But the mouse doesn't look too scared. It's holding its prize of cheese. And it's basically kind of saying, yes, you guys think you trapped me, but I have a way of getting out of there. So protect yourself. Know that even if you find yourself in a situation that you don't like, there is always a way to get out.
Yeah. Okay, so Ashley is next, and then we'll pop up and do JD. Ashley, I have beauty for you. And it's such a pretty card where, you know, the first time I looked at it, I had to take a moment to actually see the lady's face. But beauty isn't just about how we look, it's about the beauty inside of us, the caring, the giving. And I feel like that is directed at you, that you do like to care for people. And maybe sometimes you forget about caring for yourself. So maybe a little spa treatment, or just time alone in the bathroom with the door shut and in the tub. And they're just saying that you've got to remember to nurture your own beauty and to nurture those around you that show you how beautiful you are. And again, I'm not talking about facial, Ashley. I'm talking about who you are inside.
Definitely, definitely. This is about taking, to me, when I look at this card, It's about just being able to sit still with yourself. People so seldom know how to sit still with themselves, to just take that moment of inner reflection. And I'm just going to watch a second, make sure my black cat, okay, we're good. Take that moment of inner reflection and learn to sit in the quiet. It's one of my favorite things is very, very often there's no television, there's no radio on. It's the perfect idea of an escape for me is to rent a place that has no TV, no radio, no cell phone reception, no internet. And it's just quiet because we take time to listen to our quiet voice. You'll find an answer.
So we're going to jump back to JD and do theirs, but I just want to address, Erica said, well, thank you, ladies. Alana, thank you very much, ladies. Mr. Khan, hello. It's okay to be late. Only on this show, because if you're late in life, then wow, someone's pregnant. Oh, wait, your wife is. It's your fault. Anyways, Leslie says hello. And Margaret said, thank you, ladies. Good advice, which she needs tonight. And D'Arcy, she has sensitivity to cats. I do have cats, but the only time I ever got that kind of sensitivity was to Toby. Toby had just a little longer hair, and his hair would drive me nuts, and he's dead. So the only thing I can think of is he's come to visit. And then Sandra Murray, all the way from Mexico. Look at that. You have to go all the way to Mexico so I can see you on this show. That's something. Okay, so next is Mr. Khan. Just let me look. Ashley, Kimberly, we did. Erica, Alana, Mr. Khan, you're next. Aren't you glad you know me, Mr. Khan? Here you go. It says gratitude. And I know you are one person that is always grateful for what is inside your life. But have you ever stopped and allowed people to be grateful to you, to actually say, good job, pat you on the back, and to say, like, you've done a lot for me. And that's how I feel is you need to be able to say thank you when people do this, not sort of brush it under the rug and say, yeah, no, it's okay. I would have done it anyways. It's like, it's really important for you to remember that people are very grateful for who you are and the fact that they are in your life.
And the card I picked made me think of leadership, like just that. You have a tendency to be that person that guides other people towards new horizons and new beginnings. And don't be afraid to let someone help you. You don't always have to crest every hill alone.
All right. Sandra. Well, I have nourishment for you. And what a place to be right now. At least you're not getting drenched. And this is taking time for yourself, but to take time and look at the beauty around you and enjoy it. You could be there for a little bit longer. And I'm just thinking that this is all about you right now, like where you are. It's all about you. And I don't know if you've got a new gentleman in your life or you're nurturing a relationship, but take time to do so.
So first, everyone forgive me, but Sandra being able to be seen on Facebook, I keep a new Halloween decoration out every year. This is the one I'm keeping out till Christmas. Sandra, this is how I view you on Facebook, saying, like, oh, sorry, my dog's about to freak out. Like you're finally gloating that you succeeded. I just scared the hell out of my puppy. It's okay. It's okay. For you, just that. It looks like there's a potential. There is a possibility of not already a fruitation of new romance, new love in your life. Sorry, guys, I couldn't resist. So embrace it. Take this time. If nothing else, take this time to have a little fun, flirt a little, remind yourself that you're absolutely divine.
Yeah. So Mr. Khan answered, thank you. I appreciate you in my life as well, Mr. Khan. And then we have Tasha. I don't know if we've seen her before. Jen says hello. Elaine, I think you did miss your reading, but I guess we can pull a card because you're here. And Mr. Khan says, okay, I'll be more appreciative of the people around me. That's hard to let things out of my control. Thanks, lady. Oh, I think you misunderstood me. I meant that you should be aware that people appreciate having you around. And when they say it, to say thank you and to leave it there. Okay. So, Tasha, I don't know if you've been on before. I don't recognize your name, but surrender, it says. And oops, we forgot to go back to JD. Surrender is about, this is about an eagle that's been around you. And it's almost like the eagle is a loved one who has come back personified as such. And an eagle is a really strong creature, and they are technically endangered right now. So I'm feeling that, first of all, you should know that the eagle represents someone significant to you. And second, that you can soar as high as you want or as low as you want. It all depends on you. How high do you want to go? And just keep going.
So guys, excuse my yawn. I've been running on minimal sleep for about 5 days. It's slowly catching up to me. This is for you, and this is about, birds are messengers as well. And it's always nice to take time and appreciate the messengers in your life. This cat, contrary to popular belief, not all cats eat birds, but this cat is feeding the bird with the intent to say thank you for the messages I've been receiving. People that love you are checking in or want to check in, so do that. Let them check in and be thankful that in a time where a lot of people have lost connection, these people want to make sure you're okay, want to make sure you're all right. So let them.
Okay. Next is Jen. Jen, acceptance. Whatever is going on in your life, you can fight it all you want. It can be a prickly pear, or you can just allow it to flow past you and to stand still and listen. That seems to be important here, is to stand still and listen, Jen.
And yet, this is first time in a while our cards don't quite jive, but go out and have some fun. Go laugh at yourself. Go dance in the, forgive me for saying this, in the torrential rainstorm, or wander, in the snow a little bit. I just saw a picture of a friend of mine. She's up north and she's wandering in the snow. And although it's cold, there's sort of an ethereal beauty to being out in nature. So go a little bit out in nature. Go, even if it's just to walk around the block.
Yeah. Okay, Elaine. I know we pulled one, but I'll just do this really fast. Trust. Trust is a strange bird. Okay, those are ducks. But trust is a strange bird, because once trust is broken, it's really hard to bring it back and to not just trust the person who broke it, but trust other people around it too. So, and I can speak from experience, I don't have a lot of trust. I trust the people I know, but when it comes to time to people I'm just learning I hesitate, and that's in work as well as personal life. But sometimes that trust isn't about the people, it's about trusting our own instincts. Because if I think back to some of the guys I dated, if I had trust my instincts that said run like a bat out of hell, I probably would have run like a bat out of hell. But I went, nah, let's have a look. But then when I wake up and I hear spirit tell me something, like a fire or rain, or there's going to be something going on with the weather or with life, I have to learn to trust that spirit is giving me the message that I really need at that time. I may not agree with it, but I do trust it now. And that's basically what they're saying. We're all born intuitive, Jen or Elaine. It's whether or not you trust your instincts.
That's funny, because we're back on track a little bit more. When I look at this card, these two people are trusting each other. There's a gap between the stairs, right? And yet they're dancing along, knowing that if one follows the other faithfully, like if we tap into our intuitive abilities, our intuitive abilities will tap in with us. But when I also look at this card, the first thing that entered my head was a song it's a really old song, Let Me Call You Sweetheart. Like we're talking ancient. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you.
Yep.
So I think this is a time for rebonding as well, and having faith that even if you guys had, sort of everybody does that in long relationships, I'm told. Not that I know, because, I've been married a few times, but everyone has that moment, and then they shift through that rough spot, and they have that ability to fall in love all over again.
Yep. So the last person tonight is JD and GD. I've been saying JD, but it's GD. This is it, the beginnings. You have an opportunity to start a new beginning, and you've got to again trust your instinct that as you walk from one phase of life into another, that you are making the necessary steps to have it happen.
Okay, just a sec.
D.
Just a sec, guys. My computer thinks that it wants to restart, so bear with me.
So we missed Leslie. Okay, sorry, Leslie. Just hold on. We'll get you in a minute. So GD right now.
Yeah, generosity of spirit. Be generous. Be kind. Be like that shepherd who takes care of its flock. Okay, and remember that people love you and people care about where you're going in life, and it's okay to give back.
Okay, so Leslie, sorry, totally missed you. Focus. Look at this. Like, this makes me think of that place where you go and you float. The float things, the float chambers.
Flotation chains.
Yeah, and look at the butterfly right on your third eye. This is an awakening metamorphosis. This is a change around you, Leslie, and it's like bringing so much joy towards you that sometimes it can be a little overpowering. So I would say when it becomes overpowering, to focus, to put your energy in place and keep it there.
Definitely, because this card tells me that you might have been a little bored recently. Just kind of like watching water pour into the river, right? And as nice as that is, it can be a bit monotonous. So, you know what? Grab your energy tail and start moving and start doing things, because boredom can be truly the end of us all.
Yeah. So Kimberly said she was hanging in, hoping her dad had a message. Kimberly, I think I'll MSN you after we're done, but Penelope, are you feeling anything?
Just that you've got to let go of the regret. And that's what I'm hearing, is let go of the regret. It's hurting you.
So I'm not picking up anything right now. That's why I said I'll try to MSN you, okay? All right, everyone. I hope you have a fantastic night, that the rain begins to, and the puddles begin to subside, and life picks up again. May love, joy, peace, happiness, and prosperity find you all in mysterious ways.
Thank you, everybody, as always, for coming on. Also, thanks for bearing with me. Like I said, I am a little tired, so I'm kind of punch drunk. Many blessings, and Masalama, which is my favorite saying, as everyone knows, go in light.
Blessed be, everyone.